Hello, I am back with another time-lapse drawing, and this time instead of character design, I just wanted to draw some fan art. I have been reading the manhwa The Greatest Estate Developer, and I cannot express to you how much I am enjoying this manhwa. It is so funny and so good. Usually when I read like an isekai that's like, I've read the novel before, got reincarnated into it, so I know everything that's gonna happen, it's like, they're just not very interesting. They get really boring really fast. But I feel like the gimmick of it in The Greatest Estate Developer is so expertly handled that it really does like make the story so much more interesting, having him kind of know what to expect and like use his like planning and strategy to like make things work out better than they did in the novel, and then seeing how the story changes and how he doesn't know what to expect and having to work around those challenges. It's really like good from that perspective. And then you just add into it Lloyd's character as like the main character is so funny, and the fact that he just wants to like be lazy and do nothing while simultaneously being like the hardest working character and just like trying so hard to like better his entire estate and like make all of his like villagers' lives so much better and happier, and taking care of the people around him and like the kingdom as a whole while just wanting to be so lazy and not do anything. But he works so hard. And just, okay, I'm gonna like sprinkle them throughout this video because the faces that Lloyd makes in this manhwa, perfect, like chef's kiss. I can't, they're so good. They're so funny. The art for this, when I first started reading it, felt like it was pretty generic, like not bad, but like not like the most amazing art that I've ever seen. But the more I read into it, the more I just appreciate it and love it so much. And that's like, I don't know how to describe it in a way that like does it justice, other than saying it's so perfect for the story that it's telling. Because like moments of it are so comedic, and then there's moments that are so badass, and then it's like you have characters like when the orcs are first introduced and you see them, and all of a sudden they're just the like most muscly like buff characters with just the prettiest faces, and you're like, these are the orcs, what am I looking at? Or even like Javier's design and how he's just like gorgeous. Like all of the men in this manhwa are like beautiful, and then there's Lloyd with just the most ugly and atrocious faces you could imagine. I cannot praise this enough. I am having so much fun reading this. It's not like some like groundbreaking manhwa. It's just really good. And if you just want to like have a really enjoyable read, especially if you enjoy isekai even a little bit, or like even just politics and like I guess world building and like the character's an engineer, like architect building things, like it's just really good. I have really nothing negative to say about this manhwa, and I'm enjoying it so much. The interactions that Lloyd has with all the other characters is just so priceless every time. And seeing characters like Javier go from like being completely suspicious of him to being like just done with his shit and just accepting of it is so beautiful. And like the progression of Lloyd's character from the beginning, where he effectively is still the same like horrible asshole, but all the characters around him, their trust in him has just reached the point where like he can do anything, just the most absurd stupid thing, and all everyone around him is just like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And just adding in like the whole RP system in the manhwa for like building his character relationships, because his character was so unlikable at the start of the manhwa, is so good. Like it takes advantage of so many tropes in isekai that are so overdone, but does them so well to the story that I appreciate it. Because isekai is one of those genres that's just so oversaturated. It's like there's really nothing new in The Greatest Estate Developer that I haven't read before. it just does it in a way that's so flawless and so enjoyable that I can't think of another isekai quite like it, that is just so, like, I don't know, effortlessly fun to read is really the best way to describe it. I can just sit there, and next thing I know, I've read 70 chapters. Like, what chapter am I actually on? Let me actually pull it up on Webtoon. I am currently on chapter 93, and I just started reading this the other day. Like, those chapters flew by. I'm speechless in expressing just how much fun I've been having with this manhwa. I read a lot of manga and manhwa, so like, it's not new for me to just sit down and binge something. But this is the first one in a long time that I have like just been thinking about constantly when I'm not reading it. I really am enjoying it. That's why I wanted to draw some fan art. I wanted in my drawing to try and get kind of one of his crazy expressions. Because originally I was just gonna draw like a cool picture of him. I'm like, no, it's gotta look a little bit crazy. As you can see from all the like crazy faces that I'm showing off in this, I can't even remotely do justice to the like absurd faces that this man makes. But I had so much fun drawing him. His character design is like, I don't know, simple enough but also interesting enough that I think it just is really nice to look at. I like his messy hair, his stupid face. I don't know, I can't really like stop praising it. I'm trying to think of like anything negative I might have to say on this manhwa, and I can't think of anything. Because like, even like when it first introduced like his summons, and they're just kind of these like little chibi animals that just look super cute, I was like, at first I was like, they're kind of out of place in the art style, and then I kind of kept reading and they grew on me, and now I love them and I wouldn't change anything about them. So it's like, even kind of, I don't know, it just works. It works so well. I don't know how else to say it other than it's really good. You should read it. Even like a lot of the like villains are like quote unquote bad guys in this manhwa. They're just unlikable, so having Lloyd just one up them and completely outsmart them all is so satisfying. And just seeing them, just how upset they are to have this like troll of a man beat them is so satisfying. It's really funny, and I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, so like, I apologize. But I don't know, 10 out of 10 so far. I've got a little bit more to catch up on Webtoon, but I'll be caught up in like a moment. It goes by so fast. I am enjoying this so much. So I don't know, hopefully you guys enjoy just drawing a little bit of fan art. Let me know if you do. I can definitely do more of this. I'm happy to just gush over things that I love. I wish I could articulate a little bit better why I love it so much, but yeah. I did draw a shovel with him too, because his silhouette just holding the shovel is so funny and beautiful. I mean, I'm with him. Like, a shovel is like a great survival weapon. It can do so much. You can slap people with it. It's got a sharp edge. It's like a great utility. I don't know. It's so much fun. I've really been loving this manhwa. I definitely recommend you check it out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this. This has just been a silly time lapse. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream or whatever. Bye bye.